Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A warning this week from the Sioux Falls Chief of Police. Fentanyl is a real danger, especially to kids. Chief John Toombs says counterfeit pills laced with lethal doses of fentanyl are showing up in South Dakota.
The pills can look exactly like prescription drugs like Percocet, Vicodin, and Adderall. He urges people to avoid any medication that doesn't come from their own pharmacy.
If we're taking what even we think it's a prescription drug or any drug that's not available from your pharmacist or doctor, assume it's dangerous because only one time can be the only time.
Toombs says there is some good news. Overdose cases in Sioux Falls are down from previous years. He gives credit to organizations like Emily's Hope for educating people on the dangers of fentanyl. Last week in Rapid City, a motorcycle was involved with a hit and run, and the victim has since passed.
Known as Big Nation, his family is looking to keep his kind spirit and loving legacy going as they mourn.
He loved everybody. He touched everybody's hearts. When they meet him, he just has that aura around him, like a big teddy bear.
If you have any information on the vehicle or people involved, you can contact the Rapid City Police Station. The search for a subject with multiple felony warrants brought a large police presence to a townhome on Knollwood Drive in Rapid City yesterday.
We did enter the residence and surround the residence. That's why you saw the big law enforcement presence. Several subjects were taken into custody, including our suspect that we were here for.
As a precaution, North Middle School was placed on secure status for a short time as law enforcement worked through the situation. In total, 4 wanted subjects were arrested.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn, starting the day on a wet note in parts of KELOLAND. Scott.
Yeah, these showers and thunderstorms will continue to travel through southeastern South Dakota this morning. Moving to the northeast, some locally heavy rainfall possible with this during the morning hours. And as we go through this coming weekend, we will continue with that same theme of locally heavy rainfall in parts of central and the eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. So for today, temperatures will hit the 70s and 80s. We continue to follow the rain this morning in east central to southeastern KELOLAND. Periods of rain throughout the weekend and even lingering into next week. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. This Saturday, a poker run is being hosted at the Sports Center in Larchwood, Iowa, with the proceeds going to Hero Haven.
It's an organization that raises money to send veterans and first responders on outdoor adventures. Not only do they have fun, it's also therapeutic.
A lot of veterans won't talk about their experiences, especially the Vietnam War veterans, the Korean War veterans, and then us Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. We always hide stuff. This way, if you see somebody with a veteran hat on, like when you walk into the VA, everybody gives you a nod. Hey, you're one of us, per se.
The registration for the poker run starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday. For more information and to learn more about Hero Haven, there's a link right here on our website. Runners with the 437 Project are set to begin their trek on foot across South Dakota this morning.
All told, 12 runners are participating in this fundraiser for the Helpline Center that seeks to bring attention to mental health. One runner is Lisa Larson of Mitchell.
And I want to make a difference. I really do. I want to be that one person that has the voice.
KELOLAND's Tyler Louder and Dan Santella will each have reports for you later today about the group's efforts. A group of alumni from Stevens High School in Rapid City wanted to give back in a major way for their 40th class reunion.
They've collected over $10,000 already to go toward the school's lunch program. One of their classmates said they would also match whatever amount the group totals.
What an amazing offer from her. She has been involved in education for most of her career. She was a high school math teacher and now owns a company called Mango Math, and they do programs all over the U.S. She said, this aligns with the values of my company. I'm going to take care of whatever you don't raise, which was amazing.
School meal debt is over $6 million in South Dakota, according to the Education Data Initiative. The group plans to donate the money to the school next month.
And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather picture this morning, we've been tracking active thunderstorm patterns here across the southeast. We've got a busy forecast just the next 12 hours. Look at the rainfall, the footprint of the additional rains that are coming here from the Mitchell, Wessington Springs area, frankly, even including parts of the Sioux Falls area. But really the focal point is west toward Winter, Platte. Any of these spots can pick up locally 1 to 3 inches of rain today. It looks like that's settling in now as the focus of showers and storms begins. Now, this, of course, is one piece of this active forecast. You're going to watch the animation here as this redevelops there in the south central. That's a 12 o'clock weather map, and I would argue that as we finish up the afternoon, we're likely to see additional showers and thunderstorms. Pierre, Rapid City, and Aberdeen, you're kind of in a zone here where you're a little more removed from some of the biggest focus of that. So that's kind of the latest thinking, is that south central South Dakota will end up with the bigger storms. Some of these will likely drop into Nebraska tonight. There is a chance tomorrow morning we could see another little piece of this extending eastward. But then tomorrow, see how some of these elements fire up in western South Dakota. The parent low is still coming onto the scene here during the course of Friday afternoon and Friday night. So I think the story is these clusters of rain that'll keep trucking through here, and it's a broad pattern, so it's not as if we're immune to the rain, although it's not going to rain all the time, obviously. You're going to have rounds of rain. A little more information about Friday night. You can see there's a little piece there in eastern South Dakota. That will tend to work its way into southwest Minnesota Saturday morning. I do think that there's more severe weather potential if we get a break between these rounds late Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon. That's more of a timing issue, but there's a pretty interesting concoction of ingredients there. That's how severe weather kind of always goes. You got to see how everything gels together. But that big low sits and spins over us. It'll likely throw in a dry slot on Sunday morning in Sioux Falls, and that very may well clear us out for a time. However, you think this storm's done? No, it's going to sit and spin, and in fact, this storm may not be allowed out of here. It may just simply fizzle by the time we get to Tuesday. That's a really interesting scenario. We'll see. We got more time to kind of play around with that idea in the extended forecast. But these live cams, of course, check them out at KELOLAND.com throughout the morning. And there's your severe weather risk. I do want to quickly mention that Friday zone there in the south central. Look how Saturday expands into the southeast. And we're not immune to any mode of severe weather. We could see some tornado potential with this storm simply because of the spin. There's a lot of interesting shear and twisting of the winds in the atmosphere going on. The main wild card will be the instability. And for mid to late September, that's usually one of the limiting factors. But we're going to go with 74 on Sioux Falls as forecast on Saturday. 80% chance of rain. Good bets of rain Sunday, although that will likely be kind of a feature that moves back in from the north. And in Aberdeen, you're likely to hold on to the rain a little bit longer on Sunday. And at this point, we've kind of, throttled the rain chance down on Monday, but I'm open to the idea of putting some of this back in the forecast for Tuesday or Wednesday. Here, central South Dakota up front, it looks very wet. Let's not forget, central South Dakota, you're easily in some of these heavy rain outlooks for tomorrow and into Saturday. Black Hills might be down a few notches on the heaviest rain, but you still have plenty of moisture coming. Check out the details online at KELOLAND.com.